Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to download the files from the SFTP server using the batch file or the command prompt using SSIS. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is that we will see like how can we download the files from the SFTP server using the command line. So if you are working on an SSIS project, then downloading or uploading the files to the SFTP server is very common. I have also created several videos where I shown you how you can upload or download the files to the SFTP server using the C# language. But the issue with that particular method was that we were using the C# language and we were using the script task in SSIS, and in the C# language we were using a rency.sssnet.dll. So if you were using a DLL, then we had to register the DLL to the GAC if you are going to use it in the SSIS package. So if you are creating the SSIS package on the development server and testing the package there, then you had to register the DLL into the GAC on the development server. And once you will deploy the package to the production server, or if you are scheduling the package to be run from the production server, then you have to register the DLL on the production server as well. So that was one of the drawback that can be avoided. So in this method we won't be using any DLL, so that's why we don't need to register any DLL to the GAC. Instead we will be using the WinScp client along with few commands, and that should be quite simple. So without wasting further times, let's jump to the demo. So first of all, let's open the WinScp client. So I can open WinScp. This is an open source software, so you can install it on your server. Okay, so now here it's asking to log in. So from the protocol, the SFTP is already selected. Okay, so we won't change it. Now inside the host name you need to type your SFTP server address. Okay, but right now in my case the SFTP server is installed on my machine itself, so that's why I can type the IP address of my machine. So I can open the command prompt here and then I can type ipconfig. Okay, and then I can actually copy the IP address from here. Okay, and then paste the address here. The port number will be 22. Whenever you install the SFTP servers, the default TCP port is the 22, so that's fine. Now you need to provide the credentials for the SFTP server. So in my case the username is the HP and the password is, I have just provided the password. So when you will be working with the SFTP server, so they will provide you the SFTP server address, the username, the password, and the location, like from which location you want to download the files. Okay, so I have provided the required things here, and now I can click on login. So this should be able to log into the SFTP server. So on the right side, these folders, they are from the SFTP server. Okay, so if I go to the C drive, for example, so there are few folders here like data to load. So in the data to load, C :/data to load, we got several CSV files. So these files we will try to download from the SFTP server using the command line and with the help of the SSIS package. So I want to download these files from the SFTP server to this particular location, D files location. Here I want to download all the CSV files. Okay, so let me open the Visual Studio. So this is my Visual Studio here, and we will write the code to download the files. So we actually need to create a batch file which can actually use to download the files from the SFTP server. So we can open the WinScp client, and now we need to click on the tabs option, and from the tabs menu we can click on this one, generate session URL code. Okay, make sure that you select the script option and you select the script file. So this line, this can be used to actually connect to the SFTP server. So here we are writing like open SFTP, and this is the username, HP is the username, and test is my password actually. Okay, and then this is the IP address of the SFTP server, or whatever SFTP server you are connected with, This will be the address of the SFTP server, and the host key is this one, SSIS hyphen this one. This is the host key. Okay, so using this particular line you can actually connect to the SFTP server. So what you can do, you can actually click on the copy to clipboard, okay, and then you can close this one. Now suppose I want to download the files to this location, so that's fine, you can download the files to any location, but you need to create a batch file which can be used to download the files. So I have a folder here, a script folder. Now what I will do, inside the script folder I will create a batch file and I will call it as download files, okay, and the extension will be BAT, batch, okay, and then I can open this particular batch file, and inside the batch file I will paste this particular script, okay, whatever is the script. Now what I need to do is actually I can delete this one, or just 1 second, maybe I can keep this one for a second. I can delete whatever the code is here, and then this line will be there in the batch file, like open this one, open SFTP server, and whatever is the code. Now in the new line we will write echo and connected, okay. We will actually, this will be used to just log the information that we are connected to the SFTP server. So in case if there is some issue with the connection, or there is some issue with the host key or the username or the password, so we will actually write the information to the log file. So we can, anytime we can open the log file if the process fails, and from there we can read like at which step the process was failed. So at least we know that if the echo connected is there in the log file, so we know that the connection was at least successful, and maybe it got failed while downloading the file, okay. So we are just writing it for the logging purpose, echo connected. And now here we can write the code to download the files, okay. So I actually want to download the files from this location, C:#. So I just want to copy this particular location. So how I can copy it, I can right click and then I can click copy path to clipboard, okay, and then I can reopen the batch file, and here I can write get, and then in the double quote I need to provide the path here. So I want to download the files from this particular location, so here I can just remove the first /, and then after the data to download I can write another /, and then I want to download all the CSV files, so I can write star.csv, okay, and then I can close the double quote. So here I'm using the double quote because there is a space in the folder. If there is no space in the folder, then you don't need to use the double quote, but it's better that you use the double quote, so that if there are spaces in the path, so even then you can just download the files. And after putting in space, you can actually give the location, like to which location you want to download the files to. So I want to download the files to my D files location, okay. So in this location I want to download the file, so I can copy this location D files, and then inside the double quote I can paste this particular location, okay. So this is fine. So our code is done, and I can just simply write echo download completed, okay. So that's it. This is the only code just to download the files. So here we will just open the SFTP server connection, and then we will download the files using a single line of code, like get the path from where you want to download the file, the type of file that we want to download, like I just want to download star.csv, so it will download all the CSV files, and it will download the files to this location D files, okay. And this particular command I can actually remove from here, okay. This is not required in this particular batch file, so I can just simply save the batch file here, okay. So now in the script there is a batch file that will be used, and now I can open a text editor and I can paste the script that I copied, okay. So if you look at this particular command closely, they are telling like execute the script using this command, like you just need to provide the location of the WinScp file, and then you just need to provide the location of the log file, and then you need to provide the script path, like where the script is situated. So our script is situated in this location download files.bat, okay. and same way maybe we can create the log file here itself, so we can make use of this particular script. Okay, so now the next option is that we can use the execute process task in SSIS to run a script. Okay, so we can open the SSIS package and then we can just drag and drop the execute process task into the control flow window, and now we can configure the execute process task to execute the batch file that we just created. So I can just configure the execute process task here, and now I can go to the process, and inside the executable you just need to provide the location of the WinScp file. Like our WinScp file is situated I think at this location, so maybe I can open this one and make sure that this is the correct location. So maybe I can just type the location here and see if this is the valid location. Yeah, so this is the correct location actually. This can open the WinScp. So what I can do, I can actually browse this location, paste the location here, open. So this is the file WinScp.exe. I can select this particular file. Okay, so this is good. Now the second thing that we need to provide to this particular task is that we need to provide the value to the arguments. Okay, and if you look at this particular command actually that we copied from the, I think from this one, you know, WinScp tabs and then generate session. So this was the command. They already given the whole command to you, like how you can call it. Okay, so here we have already provided this particular thing. Now the only thing that is remaining is that we need to provide the log path and the script path. So I can actually copy this particular script from here. Okay, and I can paste it here. Okay, so that's fine. And this one ini equal to null, I can actually remove this one. This is not required. And if you want, you can provide the script in the beginning, or if you want, you can provide in the last. So that's fine. So I will provide in the beginning, so it will make more sense that the script is this one. So here I need to provide the location of the script, the batch file. So what I can do, I can actually copy the location from here of the batch file, and I can paste it here, that this is the location of the batch file. And now I need to provide the location of the log file. So my log file will be created here, like I can call it as log.txt. That's fine. Okay, so now the log file will be created at this location. Okay, and in the batch file we have already written like where to download the file. So if you open the batch file, so the files will be downloaded at this location, d files location, and from this particular location of the Sftp server. So right now we don't have any files in the d files location, so I think we should be good to run the SSIS package. So we have configured the execute process task here. So now I think we are good to execute the SSIS package. So I can click on the start button and it should kick off the SSIS package. So it seems like the process got failed here, and if I go to the script, and inside the script I can open the log.txt. So I can open this one and I can see, maybe I can go to the bottom side. So it's trying to download the file c data to load company.csv. Are you sure you want to transfer multiple files to a single file in a directory d files? So I think we need to provide this single backslash here, that I think that might be the issue. So I can close this one and I can open the batch file, and here I can provide the d files and then single backslash. Okay, I think this might be the issue. So I can just close this one, save, and then you know what happens actually, whenever the log file is created, so it just start appending the data to the log file. So maybe before the execute process task, we can have the file system task just to delete any previous log file. Okay, so that you know it should not append the data to the same log file, because then it can be seems like some kind of messy. Okay, so I think I can just delete the existing log file and just rerun the SSIS package, and let's see what happens. So this time the process ran fine, and it should have downloaded the files from the Sftp server. So I can go to the d files location, and yeah, all the files, all the CSV files have been downloaded from the SFTP server. So this is great. So I can go to the script and I can check the data in the log file, like what kind of information is in the log file. So you can see like this is the command C program files, okay, and this is running the script, okay, and now inside the script it's opening the SFTP server. This is the location of the SFTP server, this is the host key, so this is writing every small detail into this particular log file, like connecting to this particular server, SFTP server on port 22, and here it is saying like connected to the SFTP server. So all the details are there, like authenticated using SFTP protocol. And if you scroll down, so here this is the one echo connected, okay, like what we written in the script in the batch file. Now it's trying to download the data from this location, C data to download to the D files location. It's trying to download all the star.csv file, and then it will, I think it will also mention the CSV file that it is downloading, like company.csv and then emails.csv. So it is giving you very minor details as well, all the details giving you in the log file. So they are good to know, like if the process was successful or it was failed. So the log file is good enough to check all the details. But before running the execute process task, it's good like if you delete the existing log file so that it won't seems kind of messy. So that's fine. You can add the code here to just delete the existing log file, okay. Like I can create a variable log file path. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you do not want to delete it, then it's totally fine, it's up to you. But I don't want to like append data to the log file, so I can write log.txt and I can copy the path from here and just give the location here, d files script log.txt. In a minute I can just write this code, like deleting the log file if the log file already there. So I can call it as delete the log file, okay. And there is one additional thing that I will tell you in a bit, so just stay tuned, bear with me for a minute. So is source path variable? True. So from the operation we just need to select the delete file operation. Is source path variable, like is the path of the file that you want to delete, is it stored in a variable? So we can say yeah, the path of the file is stored in a variable. So you can select the variable here, log file path. So this is the log file path that we want to delete. So just two settings you need to do here, and then it can delete the file, okay. Delete the log file and then it can just download the file from the SFTP server. So this is great. So if you just want to download the file, then you are good here. Now suppose after downloading the file, if you want to delete the file as well from the SFTP server, then what you need to do? That's the very simple thing actually. If you also want to delete the file after downloading the file successfully, so you simply need to write here delete. That's it. You just need to write -delete and it can actually now delete the file from the SFTP server as soon as the files are downloaded successfully to the local folder. So we can test it, okay. So I can just save this one, click on save. Now you can go back to the D files location and the files are already there, so I can just delete them, okay. Now I can open the WinScp and I can see that the files are here on the SFTP server. If you want to refresh this particular folder, so you can click here refresh and this can just refresh the folder. For example, if the new files are added or some files are deleted, so you will get the latest state after clicking on the refresh button, okay. So now because I have made a change in the script that after downloading the script the file should be deleted, so let's rerun the SSIS package and then let's see like how it will work. And of course the log file will also be deleted, okay. I mean it will be deleted before running the execute process task. So in case if the process is failed or successful, so the log file will be recreated every time, okay. So this kind of thing. So our process ran fine, and if you go to the D files location, so you can see that the files just got downloaded, okay. and now they should be deleted from the SFTP server. So if you open the WinScp client, and now if you refresh this particular folder, then the file should be gone. So now you can see that all files are deleted from the SFTP server, because that's what we wanted. Because in the script, if you open the script, so we had written the -delete. So this is pretty easy, I think. There is just 2 lines of code which can actually download the file from the SFTP server. So that's great. Maybe in next videos we will see like how we can upload the files to the SFTP server using the command lines. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos. So I will share the contents of the batch file. You can actually copy them from the description of this particular video. Yes, so I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video.